Joseph here at Edge Dynamics, making a shave video, and I've added a bit of lighting and messed with the settings, turned the frame rate down. I can still see flashing, but we'll see how the video turns out. I've got a razor here. I've got a couple of razors, neither of them I want to use. Especially I've got down there another rag, and it's just perfect. I don't really want to get it wet. But I've got this razor which I've restored for someone, and I'll give you a look-see. And it's a Clark and Hall. Get some focus there. It's a stubby. And there we go. There we are. It's Clark and Hall. Restored this over the last few days. And doesn't really want to focus. So what I've done to this razor, it has got oil on it which I haven't taken off. I've taken it off, I've wiped it off. I've given it I took it to a gloss, to a mirror finish, and then came over it with a satin, but like a really fine satin. So it's kind of like a glossy satin. Instead of, some people might consider a satin just grind marks, but that's not what this is. And I've just honed it on the Maruka, so I think we'll give it a go. As I said, I don't want to use it because I don't want to get any stains on it. I don't want to, it's the good steel, that really soft cast. It does say Clark and Hall cast steel, so it's that really soft cast Sheffield stuff. And as I say, I've honed it, and I don't want to re-hone it, but we'll see how it goes. HHT was really good, and yeah, let's try this one. So I've got my mini diddy brush, and I thought today we'd use this stuff. And this, of course, is just a bowl. It's the Antica Barbaria collar, the red sandalwood, I think. Can't really recall how this soap performs, but I've put it in the dish, so it's got to be fairly good. I'm just going to load this. I'm going to be wasteful, but using this new brush is like, it's give a new lease of life to all my soaps, because it's not the same when you're using minimal, or if you use like a lot of soap. Yeah, this brush feels amazing. It's slowly breaking in. I mean, I'm only shaving once a week, once a fortnight. But it's like beyond soft. And I was a little bit hateful towards this brush at first, because the VAT and tax customs kind of put me off it, but in the long run I think I'm going to end up loving this. Yeah, that's super thick. That's too thick. Yeah, that's just completely amazing. Super soft. I did it on the Maruka, the one in my latest video. I did want to use the Azuka Kita, but got to force myself off that, and I'm glad I use this now. I did very little work. As I say, the steel is so soft, and the really soft steel, you can do like say a quarter of the work you do, even though this is a wedge, let's say on a full hollow on like German steel, do very little work on it. Man alive, that is good. Yeah, and I was thinking about this the other day, difference between edges. You've got like the rag razors, it's a really strong steel, but unique, as in it's not chippy, and it's not brittle at all, and you can get edges that basically you can't feel the edge. And then you've got the soft Sheffield steel, and they give you an edge that you can feel it, but it feels super soft. And those really are the best. I mean, not feeling an edge is really good, but to feel an edge and feel how super soft it is, that's a different experience. So I guess this razor is about, well, obviously it's around 200 years old. And I did read up on Clark and Hall, but the information escapes me at the moment. I noticed as well the last time I used one of these razors, it did look like it wasn't shaving very well, but what it is trying to keep it stable. So you can't just, you're really careful. And I've oiled this. The tang is oiled. And on top of that, I've rounded, these parts have been rounded. So every time I work on a razor, I take any sharp edges off. So the parts you're touching, I mean that's the only part of the razor you touch, should feel comfortable, or at least not feel sharp. And that's what I've done with this. I've made it nice and smooth. Yeah, this edge is unbelievable. I knew this is why when I hone for customers and I do a full Nagora progression, I don't have to shave test it. Because I know from what I've done, the type of steel and the HHT, that's all I need to know. I can near enough guarantee good edge. But the HHT was really good. The tail is really ragged, so I sorted that out. There was a bit of a square point at the heel. I sorted that out, and it was one of the most awkwardest, I think because of the blade shape. There was also chips as well, a load of chips. So to take away the homeware, most of the pitting, I mean I removed very little steel, but it was really awkward. And I'm just glad it turned out okay. The scales just took a little bit, well, they took some time in warm neat's foot oil, some sanding, just some hand sanding, and there were some open bits which I just glued, just like on the edge of the scales underneath. I think what I'll do is I'm going to strop it, I'm going to disinfect it and just send it on its way like that. It's got a bevel angle of 16 degrees, and that's with a layer of 88 tape. So I mean that is really the difference between, say, this razor and the last, I can't remember the maker's name, the last one I shaved with the other week, and that's the difference. You're looking at 18 degrees, this one is 16 degrees, or possibly the other one was 18 and a half. And it's 18 degrees around this point, so it tapers, so it can't be too accurate. I've got to do some work in the workshop today. I've got to prepare, I'm getting a new machine. I'm getting a new polishing mop, a new polishing motor, and this one's a fast one. And hopefully I should have it by the end of the week. Comes with a pedestal and a guard. And it's like industrial quality, so I can run it continuously if I want. It's got one end is tapered. It's got a spindle on one end and it's got a bar on the other. And it's another maker on the list, Clark and Hall. The old apricot hull, man, it's pure apricot. Yeah, that's a splendid shave, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.